tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, welcome to Spotlight On here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host JJ Jurgens, and today I have a very special guest with me. You probably know him best as the zesty guy, but today we're gonna learn more about the man behind the abs. Welcome to my very special guest, Anderson Davis.
Thanks for having me, doll.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
All right, so before we get zesty, I want to go ahead and dive into the man before the commercials and get to know more about you. So tell me a little bit about your childhood and where you grew up. Grew up
in Northern California. It's like two states. You got the north and you got the south. Yeah, out there in Northern California, Central California. And childhood consists of, I don't know, it was like any other childhood. You know, I grew up with 4 sisters and a brother, a large family. And we weren't Mormon. But I love Mormons.
4 sisters, what was that like?
Luckily enough, they were not bad girls. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to protect. It was like they were very picky and they didn't go out and party. So I got to keep my sanity in that sense. Do I ever want to have a girl? Absolutely not, because she is going to be the worst form of all 4 of my sisters into one, and I'm going to have to kill somebody.
You saw too much growing up?
Oh, absolutely. I will kill another man.
I bet, were they protective of you if there was only 2 of you guys with 4 of those girls?
No, because I was the oldest.
Oh, okay.
So I was the antagonizer, the instigator, just the evil one, the black sheep.
Uh-oh.
No, I was a good kid, but no, they were just girls. They can't mess with the older brother.
I got an older brother.
And did you mess with him?
I sure did, yeah.
Well, see, I don't roll with that. That is not happening in my house.
You put your foot down. That's
yeah,
good.
right away, right out of the womb. Boom. You're not messing with me.
So you're obviously an athlete. What kind of sports did you participate in growing up?
I played every type of sport you could imagine. Started with baseball, which was just the passion of my life. I would have taken that over a girlfriend in high school. You know what I mean? But played football, track, soccer, basketball, wrestled. I literally wrestled, I think, into 8th grade, and then I had to wrestle my girlfriend. No
She was on the team?
She was on another wrestling team, and she was one of those very athletic girls. I had to wrestle her.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you.
Who won?
I don't know. Well, I pinned her, right? I did pin her, but I still feel to this day that she aided in that pin.
Yeah.
She let me pin her, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, because I was struggling. I was breathing hard, breathing heavy. Yeah, I still believe that she let me do that.
Wow.
But I quit immediately.
Did you keep dating her after?
I don't recall.
Yeah.
But God, no, I don't think so. It was traumatic. It really was. I look across the mat and I see my girlfriend.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But no, anyhow, it turned out all right. I beat her, then I probably dumped her, she dumped me, and life went on.
And you moved on. Wow, well, that's a great story. I didn't expect that one.
Oh,
nice.
It's nightmarish. God.
All right, so baseball was one of your passions. So before the acting world, did you ever dream of maybe going big in baseball?
Yeah, and I had an opportunity to be signed at one point, but I was committed to a college, and I committed to them, through a letter of intent, and was playing in Indiana at that time, which I don't recommend any Californian, any West Coaster to go play ball on the East Coast. Let me tell you why. It's 30 degrees. I'm in a Spider-Man Under Armour outfit, freezing, and you get these East Coasters who are just shirtless. And they're just like, what a weirdo, you're from California. It was a nightmare. But that's where it took me, so that's where I went. And why I was out there, actually had an opportunity to sign and just didn't sign because I was committed. And that opportunity didn't come back around again, but I floated around and played really everywhere that you could, every small town that you could imagine in the United States, which had some great memories and some terrible memories, but nonetheless, it was pretty fun.
Now, I read that you had kind of a career-ending like injury. Can you tell me about that injury?
Yeah, I was blending some eggs one morning. No, no. I'd come home. I was on a vacation. Come home and literally try to show off for my little brother's team. My specialty was hitting home runs. I was good at hitting the ball far. At that point, my shoulder had gone. I just wasn't much help on the defensive side, but could hit the heck out of the ball, for whatever reason. And came home, was showing off. I don't know why or how, choked up on the bat, swung. And whatever it did, it snapped some tendons and ligaments in my wrist. And I'm talking immediately. These 3 fingers, purple and black. I couldn't close them for probably 4 months. Just weird. At that point, I go, okay, let me reassess what's happening here. Am I supposed to be going into another direction, or am I supposed to continue down this road? Because we never know. You hit that crossroad and you go, okay, what the heck was it going to be? So I tried playing a couple more games, and it just wasn't going to happen. So I literally at that point go, look, I gave it everything I had, left it all out on the field, and it's time to go, time to move forward. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. Oddly enough, I didn't even move to LA to act. Just moved to get away from the drunken brawling that I was doing up in Northern California. And that's the honest to God truth. I like to fight. Back in the day, I'd get a little liquored up, and then I'd go out and
get a little rowdy.
Who's gonna do it? Let's do it. Come on. But I was just angry. You know what I mean? It was like my passion had been taken away from me. What the heck am I gonna do next? And so I'm gonna fight people. I was an idiot. Bottom line.
Well, for an athlete, I mean, when something like that happens, that is devastating.
It's traumatic
because you've been doing that training all your life, and your identity is in it. Yeah,
absolutely. And you go, God, what now? And at the time, 24. You're still young and vibrant and just, tumbleweed, you know what I mean? And you're ready to go. But I didn't know which way, you know what I mean? And so, oddly enough, moved to LA to get away from what was happening in Northern California. And I think within a couple months, booked my first job as an actor doing a baseball commercial. Principal, Taft-Hart lead, didn't even understand what any of it meant. I go, yeah, I can hit a ball, sure. Hire me. I go into this casting and they hire me, and then I'm hitting from home plate at Dodger Stadium, which
it's pretty incredible
super
for
cool,
your first
man.
job. Yeah.
Super cool. If you haven't experienced being on an athletic field like that, you go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So, but that's kind of where it went.
So what was the back up just a little bit? So before making the decision to go out for your first commercial, what was the thought process of, well, maybe I'll try acting now, or was there?
There never was. No, not until after. I don't know how this happened or why this happened, but I get on Craigslist. We all know Craig, right? not good. I don't know.
There's
some shadiness with Craig happening there. I don't know about Craig, but we all get, we know Craigslist. So I get on there, and I'm looking for work on there, and so I get this first commercial, a national at that, which, there's residuals and things are happening, and you don't understand it. And then all of a sudden, not a month later, I book another one off Craigslist where I play a gladiator and for General Electric. They fly me out to Croatia, and I'm there amongst 500 extras, and I'm the principal performer. And then I sit back, I think on my way to Croatia, and I go, what the heck? What's going on? Why am I doing this stuff? Is this something I want to get involved in? And from that point, I go, absolutely. Now, what do I have to do to be good? To be good at acting? Because, listen, a lot of people, I think, come here and they go, well, I was the prom king and prom queen, and I'm beautiful, or I'm handsome, and I'm this and that. I'm funny. Well, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter. You have to kind of set a plan, and then you have to be good at what you're doing. Because there's a lot of people coming to do it, and looks are only going to take you so far. And eventually, at some point, they're going to not be there anymore, so people are going to have to like you for your talents. You know what I mean? And so I go, okay, that's how I've always done it. We got to make a plan, and now we got to do it. And however long it takes, we're just going to keep going. That's the thing. You got to keep going. Boom, boom.
So when you got the ones off Craigslist, at that time you had no agent? You were just going out there, you were just putting yourself?
I was a freelancer.
It's great.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
And then I go into an agency and I go, hey guys, so I booked these 2 commercials off Craigslist. Do you want to represent me? And they're like, huh?
Yeah, they're
Jaws
like,
hit the floor.
sign now.
Oh, sure, sign right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, but that says a lot. So you went after it right when you got here, and then talk about. I heard online that you went after it with a plan.
Oh yeah.
So did
absolutely.
you write down goals? What was your? How are you going to tackle this?
Yeah, basically wrote down goals, things that I wanted to do, things that I wanted to be, how I wanted to be perceived, all without trying to create some sort of alter ego, maintaining who I was, and in the most sort of classy, genuine way that you could do it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just the athletic background is what has helped me so much because I hate to be outworked. It's like I do not. If I feel like someone's outworking me, I keep going harder and harder and harder to keep trying to figure out a way to get around them. Because that's what it is. You go into a casting room, you're looking to deal with 200 other guys that look vaguely similar to you. And some are very good actors and some aren't so great, but they're booking one role. So you got to kind of find a way to dive into these casting people's heart. And the only way that you can do that, I think, is through just hard work. I haven't been brought up any other way. My folks always kind of said you just have to do it. My mom, matter of fact, before the whole Nike just do it, I was just do it, you know what I mean? I said, Mom, you could have made $1 bazillion, you know, with that quote. But that's always been kind of right there. Just do it, and in the process doing it, maintain who you are. So that's.
You really have parlayed your athleticism into these roles. Like you said, you were throwing the discus as a gladiator, the baseball home run. Like, how do you think you being an athlete, even more, how do you go into audition for a role with the athlete mentality?
You know, because that mentality is it's a do or die. It's a preparation. It's like when everyone else is out Friday, Saturday night, and you got a script or you got sides to look over, you're staying in. You just stay in and you lock yourself in the room, or for me, I go to my garage. That's my only solitude in the house. Anyhow, that's where I get peace of mind. I go in there and I'm just like, I lock myself in. And so that instinct that tells you, just keep going until you got it. Keep going until you, at least once you get in there, you give them the best you have and you don't walk out going, oh God, I blew it. Yeah. And because that feeling is terrible. Yeah. And we've all experienced it, where you go, oh my God, I had an opportunity and I blew it. That's just lack of preparation. And we've all are guilty of it, you know what I mean, in every aspect of life. So I won't let it happen to me, though. I won't.
And you definitely think that's what gives you the edge against other people maybe in this town.
Yeah, and I can't speak for anyone else, but I just try to maintain who I am and not change that for anybody. Because at the end of the day, we have to look ourselves in the mirror. You know what I mean? And say, well, I'm being me, and if they like it, cool. If they hate it, cool. But it's what it is.
Yep, sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and show the commercial, the campaign that really puts your name out there to everybody. I think we have a little clip of you as the zesty man from the Kraft Italian dressing.
This guy. Let's make a salad, shall we? This is the most beautiful pepper I've ever had.
This is probably my favorite part.
Yeah. How zesty do you want it? A little? A little more? How about a lot more?
Woo! Okay, never mind. You're right. That was my favorite part.
There we go. Oh. Let's get zesty. You know, that was really fun to shoot. Yeah. Oh, God. This is my favorite one, actually.
This is?
Yeah. I like to do that part right there.
The dough.
I improv that part. I'm so proud of that part. It might get a little messy. Anyhow.
We'll finish this one, then we'll talk.
Jeez Louise. Nice. So, I'm gonna take my time and do it right. Oops. Let's get zesty. Just a walking magnet of sex.
How fun was that, right?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really fun shooting those. I shot that. Oh God, the director Richard Farmer, who we will talk about later because I shot that PSA recently with him. Okay. Same guy who directed the Zesty campaign. Cool guy. Works for Green Dot Films and just was like, Anderson, man, let's do this. Let's try that. How about this? Do whatever you think, man. Do whatever, wherever it takes you, go with it. And so he was really cool to work with. It was part of the reason the campaign was so successful.
Yeah. So I read you improv'd a lot of your lines.
Oh, yeah.
And stuck with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to commit.
Yeah. So
it's about commitment.
Yeah. And you, you know, you in one of them, you're in an apron, a black apron, and it just doesn't. It seems like you just really put yourself out there. Was there anything that you're too embarrassed to do? Oh
God, you seen the picnic blanket picture,
right?
I don't know. You know, that was pretty embarrassing at the time. But I mean, I had, you know, some like tan colored underwear on, but still I was just exposed.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's looking at you like, well, checking you out, maybe laughing at, I don't know. It depends. I mean, I'm vaguely comfortable.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I get myself in this frame of mind that, it's acting. So let's just go ahead and be this character and not think about it. Mm-hmm. And that's what you have to do to make it turn out.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, originally this was just supposed to be a viral campaign. Did you have any idea that it was going to be this huge?
You know, I didn't, but the creative director, Patrick O'Neill, it went viral, right? And I was like, Patrick, we got to get this on network, man. We got to get this going on TV. People are going to love it. Come on, just do it. Of course, I was like, you know, those residuals, I want those residuals, man. But he's like, I think they'd kind of, you know, set in the circle and said, no, this has to, you know, we got to air this on network and cable and let people see it. Because that's where everyone sees it anyways. You have to get it out on cable and network. Otherwise, if it's just internet, it can go viral, but how long does it last?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it went out and it was huge, and you got all types of different media, television appearances because of that. You met our own Maria Menounos. You were on Access Hollywood. I think Kit Hoover got a little nervous when you tried to feed her a grape, I think.
She
did.
The
effect you have on people.
She did. She kind of backed off for a second. I go, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I just didn't think she was ready for that.
Yeah.
Grape feeding.
I think she could have handled all the sexiness.
Grape feeding is a whole nother level that you just don't want to take with a woman you just met. But no, she was a doll. And Billy actually came up behind me. White as the sun is yellow. He came up behind me. I'm rubbing my shoulders. Of course, you got to go with it.
Yeah. So how fun was that going on a big tour like that? And was there any stop that was your favorite?
You know, it was fantastic. I got to kind of take everything to a whole nother level and experience just different things. I would have to say my favorite was Kelly and Michael. I just had a good time with them, and they were really cool. And I thought I was going to walk out, and they're going to be like, oh, hey, the Zesty guy, and see you later. You know, but no, Kelly's like, hey, sit down, have a seat, you know, let's talk.
You actually had a contest with their other,
the other
Art.
Guy Art, the older gentleman, he had some sort of, I don't know, shirt going
ab
on,
shirt
ab
underneath,
shirt
right?
under there. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Michael, man, he's a big guy. Yeah. Get out there, I'm like, whoa, man.
Solid,
What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's great. Well, in addition to that, then you had another campaign then after that, the Salsa Tequila. And in this one, you're a lifeguard, and the slogan's "Make it with a lifeguard."
You know, it's crazy. I could barely swim.
So you can't save anybody's life at the beach?
I'm not going to save you, but I'll help you drink. Oh yeah, there we go.
So you do help them drink. So in there you tell us about a fine drink that we could make with that. What's that concoction?
Salsarita, right? Which you're going to be making here pretty soon, I think.
I think I will this weekend.
A very light beer, cherry limeade, any type of tequila that you prefer. And what was the other bit?
Light beer,
limeade, tequila. Is that it? Ice. And a blender.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, there you go.
There's your drink for this Labor Day weekend, everybody.
Try it. Yeah.
My dad actually phoned me today. They were already having some of those in Nebraska. He said they were quite tasty.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So you're always like just very positive, you know. I see, like, you know, one thing on your you posted on Facebook, and I'm just going to read a little quote that you had. Sure. Where you say, I get a lot of emails weekly about my diet, my secret to getting in shape. So here you go, drink your coffee with half and half and a dash of cinnamon. Finally, work your butt off to be your best self in all you do. There's no secret or shortcut. Life is funny, hard, beautiful thing. Is a funny, hard, beautiful thing. Find your happiness and don't concern yourself too much with worldly acceptance.
Yeah.
You know, how important is it to you to stay positive and stay motivated?
It's right up there. It's one of the most important things because, gosh, look at the world today. We got so much stuff happening all over the world that's just negative, and it's in our face all day, every day. And it's like, gosh, that's enough to make you want to crawl into bed and not get out if you really are paying attention. And I just I'm like anyone else. I'm affected, but you try to just completely avoid that because it's not good for you. It's like a virus. It's like a cancer. You know, it sticks to you. People gossiping, people being negative, people talk. It's just all of those things that fall under that umbrella that I just don't want anything to do with. I want to be around people that are like-minded, where we can create and where we can talk, where we can laugh, where we can just enjoy life. You know, and that's kind of the direction I always try to lean into because it's infectious. Whatever that is, for the good and the bad. But you want to be responsible for the good that you put out. And people go, oh, I love being around that guy because he's just positive. But not like that sickening positive where it's like, okay, this isn't a fairy tale. Because life's not a fairy tale, we get that. But just enough to go, okay, we had this happen, it's terrible. Let's turn it around. Let's make something great out of it. And then the hard work thing, that whole coffee half and half, that's jive. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I know nothing about diet. I like coffee with half and half and cinnamon. I don't think half and half is great for you. Matter of fact, I used to have it in my cereal when I was younger, which you would think I'd be a 400-pound little boy. Luckily, I was just a skinny little guy, and so I haven't gained weight yet. But eventually, I'm sure the belly will set in. Fingers crossed. I invite that.
Yeah, let's actually talk about your workout for a while. Because I've heard that you don't like to go to the gym and that you say you only do about 15 minutes with dumbbells in your garage. Is that what's your routine?
Well, look, here's the deal. I'm not trying to be the best exerciser in the world. I don't want to be the fittest man that walks the planet. I just want to be like an inspirational sort of look that people can achieve. Because then that people can relate. They can go, I get it. I understand. But when you get like totally... Which, no credit taken away from these guys who get just shredded and lean. That's great, I think. But I just don't got that type of time to spend on myself. There's other things happening in life, and that's not kind of the door I'm going in. But, no, I just, everything is sort of, everything is just halfway there. You don't have to go full. Instead of having 2 burgers, have 1. You know what I mean? Just compromise on those sort of things with diet. I really know nothing about diet. I couldn't tell you a single thing besides what I really enjoy, like hamburgers, pizza, things that are complete. Of course, everything that is terrible for you is the best tasting. Deep fried turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm out there deep frying, and it's like, oh God, my neighbors drive by and like, yeah, you pig, you big pig. But no, I just it's everything's kind of a compromise with just being in control instead of having a bowl of cereal or ice cream at 11 at night. Have it earlier in the night and have half of it. I don't know. It's such a boring topic for me because it's like, I don't know. Just work your butt off. If you want to be in great shape, sweat it out, man. You can do it. If you see someone that's in great shape, you can be there. It doesn't matter. Just work your butt off.
Yeah. So you haven't gone gung. I see you doing some like canyon workouts and things. Just like what other outdoor activities do you like to do?
I just like to get outdoors, run. I hate running, but it's good for you, apparently. I hate it though. It's a miserable thing. But no, I get out there and run, and we'll go out and run with family and friends, and it's good quality time to spend with people. I got a couple buddies I've taken up the canyon, and he'll be laying down at 15, 20 feet down, crying, I'm gonna quit, and I'm up there going, come on, man, let's go. But it's just good quality time, and it's healthy, good to be out, in the sun.
Yeah, and like you said, great with other people too. To
get out down to the beach and hang out, run around, throw a frisbee around. I don't know.
Yes. Right. So back to your positivity a bit and the motivation. You just recently started a foundation. Can you tell me more about your foundation?
Yeah, One Go. Yeah. It's kind of been really a passion of mine for a while. It's something that I've wanted to do, but people don't realize that those are hard to set up. The process and the paperwork and the things you have to go through. You go, oh my God, well, should I really do this? I'm having to really work here.
It's a lot
I just want to give. I want to help, man, and you're making me stress out. No, it's just One Go, which I have a buddy, Jeff Gocher, who is a strategic marketing guy, a friend of mine, also very intelligent, great guy. Helped me with the whole process. One Go, the name meaning basically you get one go. It's very simple. There's no trickery to it. There's no like other meanings. You get one go at life. And oddly enough, I had the joy of living with my grandmother before she passed away. I lived with her for a couple of years. And one thing that old people do, because they're so dang old and don't have anything else to do, they go, oh man, life is so short. It just goes by like that. It just goes by like that. And so that kind of just drilled into my head. So I'm like, at a young age, 21, 22, that's already in my head. I'm like, life goes by quick, man. So let's get one go at it. Let's make the best out of it. And how do we make the best out of it? And what are the platforms and the building blocks that we have to kind of achieve to be the type of people that we want to be? And then one go basically revolves around health, fitness, community service, like giving back, and then life balance. And it's just for young teens to kind of give them a guideline, because they're our future. We're both young, but these guys are our future, and the kids before them are our future. And so it's important to affect them so that they know, hey, we can be leaders. We can do it now. We can change our community. And so that's something. It's a startup, so it's a progress thing that I need to keep hitting hard. Yeah. And then eventually one day it'll get to where I can be doing after-school programs, hopefully all over, and some of my favorite towns across the USA. And, just kind of applying any little thing that helps kids learn a trade. Like maybe let's go out and fix a civic issue. Let's go build a fence today. You teach that kid how to build a fence. They see it build from start to finish, and they go, wow, cool, man. Yeah, I could do that. I'm good with this sort of stuff. Or we take them out fishing, learn a trade. That's just a fun day. Something that not all kids get to do, but you get out there and it's enjoyable. So there's so many things in my mind that I would love to do. Eventually, I'll put them all down on paper as I go. And hopefully, I'm not going to say hopefully, I'm gonna make it happen. So there's that.
Sure you will.
Yeah.
Do you plan to start with the schools in California?
Yeah.
Here, or?
Yeah, I think, oh gosh, what's the charity starts at home? And then you build out from there. That's how you're strongest, I think. So.
All right. Well, you have another project too. You can tell me a little bit about ruggedlymodern.com.
Yeah, ruggedlymodern.com. Credit to Jeff again for the Ruggedly Modern. Matter of fact, I got you a little gift.
All right.
Yeah.
This might be coming.
Here we go.
Thank you so
Just
much.
for you, hon, a wine rack.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
I have some Pinot Noir bottles that are going to be going up in here.
You can put whatever you want. You can put your clothes in there if you want.
Dog toys might be up there.
Yeah, you put some dog toys in there. Maybe stick a child in there if you're baby. I don't know. You can do whatever you want.
I'm not there yet, but
yeah. So I made that for you, and a portion of the proceeds go to my foundation, and it's just something I really enjoy doing.
Yeah, you have your own brander over here.
It doesn't. Yeah, I like that too.
They can't probably see it, but
yeah,
you can go
it's very little.
It's
yeah,
really
go
cool.
online. Check out ruggedlymodern.com. It's I do a lot of patriotic stuff because number one, I love my country. You know what I mean? And we're so fortunate to live in such a great place, and it's I love the people here in this country, and we just do so many good things for the world. Yeah. And so I make flags and do all sorts of patriotic stuff that hopefully people hang up and can say, wow, look at, more than anything, hey, this is our country, man. Yeah. It's awesome. Look at the opportunities we have here.
The flag one was really cool. I saw the picture with it over a fireplace, and they're really neat items.
Yeah, they look better. They look better in person.
Yeah. So, not to sound inappropriate, but where do you find the wood for your projects?
Yeah, what's my little quote? Wood never looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that sexy wood. No, I'm not some sort of weirdo. I don't like wood that much. I enjoy the history. You know what I'm saying? This particular wood is from a 1970s nursery, a plant nursery that I just was cruising by, and the lady was like, I pulled in there and the lady was like, yeah, you can have some of it. And then she's telling me the backstory, how her parents owned this in the 50s and she's owned it ever since. And it was just like, man, this is really cool to take a piece of this place from the 70s and the wood from the 70s and turn it into something and let it keep living. It makes you feel like you're part of history, even though you're not. It does kind of goes, wow, I can kind of embed myself in this history and the story behind it, and then pass it along to somebody. And then when they hang it up on their wall, and one night when everyone's bored sitting there, they can go, oh yeah, by the way, and they're entertaining guests. Yeah, by the way, check this out. It's made in 1970. People go, really? Who cares? Or they go, yeah, really? Why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where did the inspiration for this come from? This project?
No,
just
specific.
the Ruggedly Modern.
Gosh, one day as actors, we have a lot of free time. Free time is is the enemy. You know, to me, it's idle time is of the devil. I start doing things. No, I don't do anything too terrible, but I just think it's necessary to be moving and shaking and creating and coming up with ideas. And so about 2 years ago, I don't know, I think I was bored one day. And I go, gosh, I'm going to go build something. No other experience, no sort of contract license. I just went out and built this really great lounge chair for the summertime. And then posted it online and sold like 4 or 5 of them within a month. And I go, well, maybe I can do this. And then I kind of just have been building ever since. And then finally someone goes, man, you should maybe do a little company, you know? And so I'm a one-man show, so I try to keep it, you know, real light. I pray to God I don't get 1,000 orders because I will never leave my garage. Oh my God. Yeah, my first week I got a bunch of orders. I'm like, oh my God. I'm gonna become a whittler. So, you know, I just enjoy it. It's something I do, and you know, the wood tells a story, and like I said, it helps my foundation, and it's something cool.
It's probably mentally like therapeutic too, right?
Yeah.
When you're out there working on something.
Yeah, because I'm out there listening to my music. I'm not thinking about anything else but, okay, how do I do this and how do I do it right? You know, someone bought this. I don't want to look like a complete idiot. I see they put it up on their wall and it falls down. You know, so no, you get out there and you're like in your own space. And that's good. That's good to have. I recommend it.
All right, very cool. Yeah. Man of many talents.
I try.
All right, let's dive back a little bit back to the acting. So besides just the commercials, you've also done a lot of other work. So one of those was you were in a music video with Katy Perry. What was it like working with Katy Perry in that video? Oh,
sweet Katy. Yeah, she's a great gal. Really, I mean, really sweet, talented girl. I'm actually still buddies with, you know, her and a couple of her friends that were on set that day. Just good people. It was really cool. I mean, intimidating at first because that was one of my first jobs, you know, outside of my commercials. She's a huge pop star, much bigger now than she was in, but she was still big. And I was like, oh man, I had a bedroom scene with her, you know, a makeout scene, and I'm like, oh man, what if I stink? What am I, you know? I was worried about all these things I shouldn't have been worried about. But it worked out, and it was a nice video. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was really nice. She was pining after some other guy, though. Huh?
Well, you know, I was the one that kind of stayed home. The story behind that, I was the one that stayed home from war. While all the manly men went off and fought for our country, I was staying home, you know, bobbing and weaving through the neighborhood, the women of the neighborhood.
The ladies.
Yeah, I was a dirty dog.
Okay, so since then you've also been on CSI, The New Girl, a kidnapper on CSI.
Yeah, I got shot.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, gone.
So, you know, how was it like working on the comedies and dramas?
God, I really enjoy it. I love comedy. I mean, that's the main reason I really love the craft commercials, because of the comedy. And just something me and my younger brother, man, we could sit and laugh all day. And, you know, we're just hitting each other with one-liners and little, you know, things. But it's great. Anytime you're working. I mean, you know, right now I would love to be doing anything. That's important as an actor, just to keep moving and being creative, and really I like the idea of not pigeonholing myself into maybe comedy or drama or whatever. I like to just keep it spread out. You know, that's how you want to do it.
And are you still doing a lot of modeling as well?
You know, I just shot with a young photographer, Jordan Keith, who's 20 years old. Just fantastic kid, fantastic photographer. But we just did a story. I don't shoot a lot. I don't do a lot of modeling. I'm not into it. No, I don't. Not to take anything away, but it's not for me. I don't feel like I'm accomplishing much. You know what I mean? You'd rather be
exploring roles.
I'd rather be studying the acting. I never would like to be known necessarily for modeling, even though, you know, I did go there, but I quickly tried to transition out. It was a whole, let's do it and let's move forward, and not be known as the model. You know, because God, if people see me at 7 in the morning, they're gonna go, "Oh God, that guy's not a model."
I highly doubt that.
He's hard to look. God, that guy's hard to look at.
I don't think so.
But no, I just don't. It's not a passion of mine. Yeah. But you know, you as actors, and we do it. It's part of the gig, basically. You know, and so I don't mind it.
For the actors out there listening, can you talk about a little bit about your acting process, and if you're, you know, like classes or what kind of training you do?
You know, I think classes are great, and I think they're really good for a lot of people. For me personally, I've done the class thing, and I have a hard time. I think maybe ADD. It was in college that the walls were closing in on me. I just didn't learn well that way. You know what I mean? I need to be in it. I need to have a book in front of me. I need to be, or a script in front of me, and I need to be able to try to break it down, you know, kind of get to the essence of it. And I just couldn't find that in class. So I've read so many acting books, and, you know, just kind of cornered myself off in a bedroom and just really, you know, put myself on my Mac and just played off it and just tore myself to pieces. Like, what do I like and what do I not like, and how do I look when I'm doing this and how do I not look, and is it coming across natural or is it coming across, you know, pressed? And so for me, just working that, you know, with myself really has helped. But eventually, you know, hopefully one day I'm able to get with a fantastic acting coach and have them kind of come with me to set and just work.
Yeah.
Because I like the one-on-one. That's how I learn.
Well, because is it ever hard when you're critiquing yourself to just get too tough on yourself, or you know?
I think you're your toughest critic. Of course, there are people out there that will be tougher, but they're not for the right reasons. I think you're your toughest critic, but that's good. I think if you can get past the points of the honest to goodness points and say, well, I don't like how I'm doing this. And not, you know it's wrong because you're looking at it. Yeah. Don't go, well, no, that looks good. No, it doesn't. I know it doesn't. Now let me fix it. Now, how am I going to fix it? Yeah. So, you know, it's tougher, I guess, when you're doing it on your own. But that's how I learn personally. That's kind of my deal. So,
all right. So you've also done some, a lot of short films. Talk about some of those roles I saw. One where you're Just Cops, where you're playing a cop
Just
role.
Cops, yeah. Oh gosh, that was great. I got to do some action stuff. I love action. Action just comes like so natural to me.
So the athlete stuff fit back in when you're doing that chase.
Yeah, you know what's funny? What's the gal's name? Woodley, the big girl, the big actress, big time right now. The young girl, Shayna. Shayna Woodley. Anyhow, I worked with her dad on Just Cops. Oh. Yeah, and he was talking about her at the time she was doing Disney, and now look at her. She's doing all these huge movies. Wow. Yeah. But yeah,
was her dad just on?
He was an actor. Yeah, he was a bald-headed dude who was the cop. Yeah,
with your partner.
Yeah, my partner. Okay. Yeah, and he was a really cool guy. But yeah, that was great. And I'm doing an upcoming short by Revic Entertainment. It's called You're Still Here. It's basically about a grief-stricken widow from her husband went off to Afghanistan and was killed, and so she's having flashbacks for the past year that he's still here. She just can't let go. And anytime I can play a soldier, I jump on that because I respect those men and women so much. You know, they protect us and they protect our right to freedom. And I have the utmost respect for those folks. And Gabrielle Lugo is directing, and her husband Carlos is producing. Both very talented, sweet people. So we start shooting that next Tuesday. Well, 2 days from now.
Nice. Yeah. You also have another PSA coming out. And we talk about that on the 2nd, correct?
September 2nd. I'm pretty sure I could talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
All right.
Anyhow.
Maybe a spoiler.
It's basically, you know, for the drought here in California, because we are in a severe drought, and it's basically kind of in the vein of the Zesty character. I'm shirtless and in my underwear. Well, I can't give it. Oh God, I gave some of it away. Anyhow, I'm shirtless, and I have a pet in the commercial, a little puppy, and we're just talking about, hey, it's time to start, you know, cutting back and saving water. And I think it's going to be a huge thing on Instagram. You know, it's hashtag Get Dirty for Cali. People are going to send in their pictures that, you know, there's some statistic about if you take one less shower a week, we can save X amount of water, you know, a year. I don't know, but it's a huge amount if you just cut back one shower, which is why I haven't bathed in probably 3 weeks. Can't you tell?
I wondered what No. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. No, I just think, you know, you got to try to help where you can help.
Yeah.
And that's important because at this rate, we're going to run out of water.
Yeah, it really is important out here right now.
So but I think it's going to rain eventually. We're going to get it. Or we're all going to have to just go outside and do a rain dance of some sort. Just get in our underwear and just start dancing.
That could be the next campaign that they do.
The mad rain dance.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else upcoming where people will be able to
I got a few things in the barrel, but I can't. I will get fired if I think I talk about them before they happen. But yeah, I got a few things happening, and I'm always moving and shaking. I always got stuff going, trying to keep, you know, moving this way, which is forward, not to the right.
So I know you're such a goal setter. So do you have goals of where you would like to see yourself? Like in 5 years, what do you want to be doing?
Oh, well, gosh, I don't know. I try not to get too caught up, you know what I mean? Like thinking that far out, because that's a scary thought. But yeah, like just right here, right now goals. Main thing is just keep moving forward, pressing along. I would love to do a movie, a theatrical release, and be able to be part of a production like a production of that nature. But no, just keep moving. I don't like to set goals that far out. It's scary. Because then you start thinking about them, and you're like, okay, if I don't do it by this time, I'm a loser.
That's a good point.
I don't mess with it.
I do that to myself. That's a good point. No, and there's also something about just being open every day to what what doors might open or what.
You have to be.
I come.
You have to be, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, if you're not, man, they might just slam in your face.
They sure might. All right, I think lastly, you know what? I do have a couple more questions here.
Sure.
So do you have a dream role?
Oh gosh, I would love to do something in the gladiator era. Oddly enough, when I grow my hair out, it's real curly and puffy. It's almost, I don't know, somewhere down the line. Never mind, I won't go there. No. Anyhow, the gladiator thing, I just am intrigued by that era, and those how manly those men were.
Yeah.
There was no, it wasn't, you knew they were men.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, he might be a little soft. He might be. No, he's a man. This guy is going to handle business. He's going to do it. He's going to cut heads off. He's going to cut hands. He's going to do whatever he has to do. So that era kind of intrigues me. I'd love to do that. And I love kind of the Mad Men era, that 1950s era, where the men are kind of, they're just so domineering. Yeah. And it's funny that they're that domineering considering where we are today. You know what I mean? But they're so cool at the same time, and everything boils down to a cigarette and and a glass of whiskey.
You have that look in a lot of your modeling shots. Like you can definitely, I can see you in that era.
It's all Photoshop, just Photoshop magic.
Is there anybody that you would like to collaborate with, either a director or another actor, somebody you'd like to work with? Oh gosh, let me see. My favorite actor, he's long gone, God bless his soul, Paul Newman. God, I wish he would have lived a little bit longer. Robert Duvall, love him. Love that guy, man. I just watched the movie I can't remember the name of it. Shot down in Mexico. Robert Duvall, I think right out the gate, man, that guy's cool. Yeah, I feel like you can pick that man's brain. He's lived. He's lived a life, so you get people like that, they got just just floating around, and I'd love to just pick his brain. Yeah,
before it's too late.
That's a good one. All right, so now speed round.
Okay.
All right, so since you're the manly man in all these commercials, so what's your favorite manly activity?
Oh gosh, taking a shower.
Take a shower, right. Favorite drink?
Water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite sports team?
Oh my gosh, let me think on this. This is a speed round too. I've fallen away from sports.
Okay.
I just try to stay away from it because how much money they make. It's like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
I understand. I would think maybe you would follow the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's like you got how much for one at bat?
Yeah,
you got $15,000 for that at bat?
Yeah.
I hate you.
All right. Boxers, briefs, or commando?
Boxer briefs.
All right. And then the last question. Can you please, just for me, say one time, how zesty do you want it?
How zesty do you want it?
Was that not amazing, people? Awesome. All right, that's it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come here and talk with me today.
It's been fun.
For everybody out there, where can they follow you?
You can go to andersondavis.net, find me on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Just find me.
Awesome. Well, that's a wrap from here. We'll see you next time on Spotlight On.
All right.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.